I guess I'll just do a reminder about the 7 minutes for the readers, and I am going to use a timer, and I'll try to pay attention and kind of give you a little like finger up. I don't want to give you the fingers. I'll raise a finger when you have a minute. Well, so the folks in this group are Melita Chamblen, Jas Priura, Max Heinig, Lou Wien, and that's all, those people. And I'm given a reminder to mention the fundraiser for organizations that are supporting abortion access. You can donate here, you can donate online at bostonpoetrymarathon.com. Anything else? Oh, the volume. No, that's something else. Don't get too close to the mic. That might affect the volume. Is that good? Are we good? Okay. So our first reader is Carmelita Chamblen.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My first poem is called Dinner at Sea. Before I end, you began, and I'm a sea and a sea and a sea and a sea and a sea. Clams weigh themselves around me. Temperature rises. A pot of whales fold in half. Waves of meditation, and I shelter my part of the ocean. The mahogany accent at the corner of my boat lights cigarettes for just about anything that cares to breathe in and out the air I can't seem to shake out of here. Frankly, it's not clear what I want or if I want. It's called being self-conscious, and I will do anything. Does that make sense to me? At one point, I burned the roof of my mouth to reveal the 3 strokes of red paint on my front teeth, granulated and peeling away. Between us, fiberglass, sangria, Parmesan dough, a collision of blessings. I can't get off this boat. There is one more way to write this poem so that where I am, you begin. Monday, after Uluwatu and Salah, August 27, 2000, June 2020. There's nothing profound about my body. Simple, just animal fat, absolution, and calamity. The afternoon breaks as quiet as the one I was conceived in. I bake bread with my shadow. The oven waits to be wide enough for us both. How can my mom run out of plantains at a time like this? I exhale. My mom ran out of plantains for a time like this. My tongue is small and proud, like the birthmark on my left knee. Awareness that even God can't always get wit right. Am I? Not knowing is the answer, all part of the process. This resistance is laying into my flesh. Others need free space in my ceiling. Imagine Subjumu and end with Jute Shadek. Everything within reach starts with my toenails. Hold the mirror to my hair. Castrate innocence. Tomorrow. Slaughter. Yesterday. The sun bristles. All of me in it. What else is there to harvest? Blue terracotta. Outside, the snow burns what remains of life. Inside, I lie in my underwear, my lips mimicking the white lush. Plop, 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 plop. I'm not sure how much time passed before I noticed the text across my phone screen. Last Friday, 12 years older, it reads. My mom's response to me after I reminded her I didn't forget about Dad. I'm sure she meant 12 years ago, but 12 years older is perfect. Though lost in translation, 12 years older aging somewhere that's not here. 12 years older waiting for all of us to be with him again, wherever he might be now. He's going to wait a while. Just the same how it took us 68 years to find each other in this lifetime. 12 years of him aging somewhere that's not here is nothing. He aged 68 years here, and God knows how long I waited for us to be. This last poem is called Outro. Dear Dad, I had a dream you were the moon. You were hanging in the night sky because Celine pitied my pleas. You weren't like the other satellites that it's selfish of me to have asked more of you when it was your time. If you'd wanted to stay with me, you wouldn't have left the way you did, right, Dad? You would have fought harder than Ahab, sheer will. Instead, you chose to be eaten by the infinite void, thereby compromising my ability to be with you, feel with you, laugh with you. I severed your serenity, but dear Dad, I needed you. So I plucked you from your peaceful void, warped the fabric of reality, and here you are, existing in the night sky, an extension of me. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamarita. Next, we have Jasper Ura. Yes? Jasper here? Oh, okay. So next would be Max Heineck.
First, I'd like to say thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm going to be taking all of their time in a week of 14 minutes. Just kidding. I want to do, I listened to some of the poets and I want to read a thing or two that maybe in dialogue with what they were writing about. I'm going to start sad and move to less sad. Father's Day 2021. In the weeks after my father dies, I see him everywhere, alive. The man that left me mistaken for gone out walking white-haired men who lays on benches, craning forward to nose their menus, fretting orders, who stand to read the news aghast and lean into their arguments, riveted to invisible worlds. I'm assured by every echo of that voice. I follow wherever I can hear it, into the hearsay of the leaves, into my limited future, into philippics of wind, into a too late eulogy, as if the half a century I was given to learn the secrets my father guards were insufficient to see his failures truthfully. Even as I dream, I hold his body, his eyes diving out of his mind, my arms stronger for the dread is gone. The form, no longer an actor, or the world a stage for an audience that does not want to be here. I would give anything to leave. And I wanted to read one that was in sort of dialogue with yours. I don't know everybody's name. Your bad movie thing sort of reminded me of some bad television, which is also called the Hallmark Channel. With a remote scepter, she, my wife, commands pure archetype, not the Netflix realm where subplots and shadows distract from sun and moon. She wants the fairy tale's balance, to see both sides of the psyche. She shows me the woodcut, the king and queen in the rosary of the philosophers, and lets me meditate on the royal nature of the lovers, how fair actors signal the one. Here is the working class cut straight women prefer. Sandpaper beard and a messy crew. On top, short slicked waves, salty. For the popcorn hour, back from the city. The would-be unapologetically wealthy, but eager to prune white vines to keep her family business. These women know terroir, the rustic backstories of men who roughed it a bit for admirable dirt, and they'll forgive after making him earn it first. Volunteer, haul crates, play cowboy chords as her father heals. Then a chorus of revelations, the bank's ultimatum, the boss is a snake, or a friend who has to learn that's all there is. As the story ends at the paired outset, their beauty is simple invitation to beckon the dove to stay for peace in a realm without want, if wealth only for largesse. They hold two flower heads from one stalk and guard, and their left hands clasping the secret of marriage, as we do. Thank you. So that's what I normally try to listen a little bit to what's going on, and then how much time do I? All right, so let's just do two. So I'm a teacher. I've been teaching. This has been my 25th year in Medford. Yay. And I'm just going to do two teacher poems. So I'll be reading at the Grolier with Tom Daly on Wednesday. It's called Dreamer. She doesn't want to write the immigration essay, says she can't remember Gobernador Valladares. She attended the local elementary, only learning what she was when she couldn't work. Then it made sense, her father praying when a cop followed his pickup, her mother cleaning because she could without a card. She wants to write about DACA, Trump stealing her dream of staying, going to Berkeley, becoming a musician and then a teacher, like you did. I'm afraid she should hide her stream, leave no paper trail. Now my help endangers her. She decides to redact nothing, not because I've taught her God is in the details, but because she knows there's nothing illegal about her. At home, my daughters walk from their bus together. There are raids one town over. I want them to know what the country is becoming, what it's not worth. I'm going to finish with one, thank you very much, that that I hope I don't have to live through, but that we do have to live through because America has made a decision about guns or continues to make the wrong decision about guns. So to everybody who's watching, here's a teacher. I love kids, so I love teaching. I don't love guns, I don't love your guns. I don't want your guns. And none of us in classrooms want your guns. It's just called Lockdown, it's short. I dedicated the poem to a custodian who basically stopped a school shooter. Lockdown. I tell the kids, stay calm, lock the door, find the red card, hang in the window if need be, and check for a path to a gunless room. Then direct them to the corner by the bookshelf. They sit on their hands, some girls on each other's laps, spines close, all arms and shins, boys nearer to beauty than some will ever be again. One will ask for music. One will ask to text their mother. One will without asking. One will want to and not. Together, close as empty desks, kids who trust that although I haven't learned all their names yet, I would block the door for them.
Thank you, Matt. And I think this is our last person for the hour. And bringing us home is Blue Wing, please.
Hi. Oh, that's scary. That's what you guys have to look at while you guys are reading? Okay. Oh, and it's live streaming? Oh God, okay. I want to thank folks for inviting me here today. Also, thank you for your immigration poem, and thank you to the poets of color in this space who have been reading. I'm definitely not stalling while I'm trying to find my poem. That's not what's happening. So the first poem that I will be reading is an interactive piece with the audience. So quickly, when I count to one, folks clap at the same time on beat as much as you can. 1, awesome. 2, you get the idea. Okay, lovely. This poem is titled A Series of Defining and Embarrassing Moments in My Life Turned into a Sapphic T for T love letter. 1. That was a good try. I threw sandbox sand at a boy's eyes in preschool because he was being mean to me. I sat in timeout for 5 minutes for crying. 2. I once told a cashier at a Dollar Tree, have a good weekend on a Tuesday. 3. I accidentally told you I loved you and meant it on our 3rd date instead of saying goodbye to you. 4. Remember when we were spinning, our hands were cold, my hair in the sand, we were so happy, we annoyed even the water next to us. I didn't care if people were annoyed with us. I wanted to keep spinning around in circles with you. 1. I threw sand at a boy because he was me. I sat in time for crying. 2. At a Dollar Tree on a Tuesday. 3. I told you I loved you and meant it. 4. Remember our hands. We were so happy. I didn't care. I wanted to keep spinning around in circles with you. 1, I threw sand at time before crying. 2, once. 3, I loved you. 4, remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, remember. Thank you everyone for trying your best to clap on beat. I do appreciate the effort. Time to stall while I look for my next poem. So this poem is very near and dear to my heart. I wrote this at the age of 21. This was when my dad was still alive. And yeah, it's a hard poem for me, but it's called Some Poor Attempt of an Ode to Section 8 Housing. I would watch my father water the bird-eyed chili of our Section 8 housing in between his manic episodes, sat on our concrete steps in between the cachoy and a makeshift ashtray. In the backyard, tomatoes grew from the pollution. There are days I think being a first-generation American is synonymous with trauma. Some wire walking, or was it a balance beam? When I was 13, I could not find the words to translate into my father's language. Stage 4 cancer, chemotherapy. I could only count to 30 in Vietnamese without stuttering, but did not know how to translate percent or survival rate. Something about a 30% survival rate. Durian fruit is known for its pungent smell, how it goes bad after the 5th day. When the Mars rover went cold, NASA pinged it 1,000 times in 8 months, kind of like how letting go feels like a perpetual gnawing. I'm all skin and spilled milk, fistful of power adapters and feathers. I could not translate my father's sickness into our native language. Sorry. Sorry often translates itself into asking for forgiveness. Like a cardinal sin, my pocket change is in a jar. We used to wash the plastic spoons in order to reuse them. An ancient hymnal that only plays the B chord like an echo chamber. I am 21 and my father weighs less than I do, standing almost a foot taller than I do. My entire life, my father has been teaching me how to disappear. Thank you guys. Can I get a time check? Oh geez. Okay. Stalling, elevator movement while I look for my next home. So this poem was written after my dad had passed. CVS is very annoying. They will continue to call you about your dead loved one. They will not stop no matter how much you ask them to. Anyway, this poem is called Apology disguised as 140 character tweets. 13, tweets. In this home, we leave our grief at the door. Dad's dying while the birds fly home and I'm stuck here. Delete. 12, tweet. The rain in hell is cold and heavy. It reminds me of funerals in July, always consuming something, always quiet. Somewhere a bird is stuck. 11, tweet. God laughs this time. A knife cuts an apple, mom made dumplings. CVS still calls about my dead father. It wasn't supposed to rain this much. 10, tweets. Winter again. Somewhere a bird is stuck. 9, tweets. Today the rain. 8, bird song. Tweet, tweet, tweet. 7, why didn't you tell me you were? Delete. 6, sitting on the telephone wire. It's winter again. The birds flew home late this year. My mom says we share the same face and the same grief. Today, 5, CVS called about my dead father's prescriptions. I am late to the party. I can only draw bird song and words I hate. 4, I'm a bird, but I'm stuck here. Delete. 3, but aren't you tired of this? Delete. 2, the rain. deletes, deletes, deletes. One, sorry, tweet. I had one last thing to say. Abolition, trans rights, still lesbian. That's all.
Thank you, Blue. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the readers, to the organizers.
Thank you to all our readers, to all our volunteers, to all our organizers. Thank you to everybody for everything. We appreciate this amazing event. Bye. Thanks so much to Chad, especially. We helped so much.
Yes, Chad. Let's hear it from Chad. Chad, get up. Come on up. Come on up. Don't be shy.
That was fun.
We're all nice people.